What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back again for another season of the SRL APAC. This is the Spring Racing League, the league that always happens every Friday night. We're here for round number 2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here is the calendar for those of you that are new to the SRL scene. So for this season, we're running a 11 race calendar, I believe. But here's a reminder of the championship standings, as Warden is currently leading the way at the moment. It's actually Acha that actually took the victory the first time out in Australia, but of course he's a reserve actually for this season of SRL. So just a bit of clarity as well. You're thinking it's round 2. What on earth happened to round 1? Well, fortunately, I missed this round because I was away. Mainly, it was on the same weekend as the Sydney Royal Show. If anybody knows what that is in New South Wales, especially, or in Australia overall, really. So, but if you don't, it's basically a country show that comes to the city every single year. So, yeah, we're basically away for that one. So, hence why I missed Australia, which, I mean, it would have been nice to start the season off in the home country, but of course, you got to do what you got to do these days, unfortunately. So, yeah, like I mentioned, what you saw from the early picture, it is an 11 race calendar for season number 4, mainly to do, of course, if you've been living under a rock and don't know what on earth has been going on, as we actually validate our lap time there, which I'll get to in a second. But of course, with F1 2019 coming out a lot earlier this year on the 28th of June, correct me if I've got that date wrong, but I'm going to go, it's the end of June basically. So we've basically got 11 round calendar for this season anyway. So and it sort of goes all the way up right till, well, close enough, but probably about a week before the actual release date of F1 2019. So hence why we've got an 11 race calendar. It'll probably be similar to AOR as well. But yeah, obviously you see here in a brand new car for this season. Obviously after my disastrous season, let's just say the least, of season 3 in the Red Bull. And by the way, if you haven't seen any of the season 3 videos or any of the SRL videos, then do go check them out. I should say there is a full playlist.
So far is a 1 minute 27.0.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. A bit of an update there. There is a full playlist of all the races throughout the past couple of seasons that I've been racing full time anyway in SRL. So as you can see here currently at the moment, we'll just break away for a little bit here. Set a 1:27.043, but of course the lap time was invalidated because obviously I cut the final corner at turn 14. It mainly got put off by, I can't remember exactly which car it was there, but sort of, yeah, put me off a little bit there. I mean, it probably would have got me up a lot higher up the grid anyway, but for that lap time. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll get past my teammate for this season in the form of Conrad Strait, or Steve Bingham, if everybody knows who on earth Conrad is, sort of thing. So as that was obviously Calbo having a little spin as well. But yeah, like I said, trying a brand new season, obviously trying a bit of a fresh start. Obviously, I just want to have a little bit of fun this season in SRL for season 4. Yes, season 3 was complete and utter shocking from me personally. There's a nice ghosting system there as the Renault comes out in front of me there. I think that might have been Calbo again. I'm not sure. There may have been, no, I think it might be only Calbo. I'm not really too sure on that one. But anyway, so obviously we validated the second run as well.
So far our fastest lap is a 1:27.0.
I don't know probably why I left that part in there, but anyway, I'm just going to roll with that one anyway. So yeah, validated the lap time again around the sort of exit curve at turn 12, because it's so easy to do, especially when you lose the back end a little bit here. Here's Penske just deciding to take out the Rolex sign, leaving a bit of carbon fibre on the track there. So nice work, Penske. But also probably should point out as well, if you don't follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, what on earth are you doing? Go give me a follow on Twitter. You'll probably know that I am racing a bit of a new racing, having, let me get that right, let me start again. I have got a new racing wheel for this season, as we nearly actually Bosler coming out of the pit lane there. That would have been a bit awkward there, because I think it was mainly the guys behind that I was a bit more worried about. But what I didn't realise that they were coming out at the same time in the pit lane as well, being the both McLarens behind me here. So obviously I let RBR go through here because I thought it was on a hot lap, but obviously I thought wrong. But yeah, like I was saying, I have a brand new racing wheel for this season. I've obviously
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
I've obviously now sort of retired my Thrustmaster. What is it? The EX something? It's a Ferrari. It's one of the old ones anyway. So yeah, it felt like it was time for maybe a bit of a change, really. So yeah, I've decided to go with a bit of Fanatec gear for this season, and of course I am trying out the new Formula V2 rim, I think it is. It's mainly for Xbox and PC, I believe. So I must tell you, it is very, very nice to drive. And to be honest, I feel a lot more comfortable with this racing wheel setup compared to the Thrustmaster. But again, you can have your own opinions on which you prefer, whether you prefer a Thrustmaster or the Fanatec. But I mean, so far the Fanatec for me feels a lot more comfortable at this stage. And probably also wondering as well, we're actually sticking on board here for my fast lap around Bahrain as someone well and truly off the circuit there. I don't know who that was. It looked like a Williams car, but yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I've completely forgotten about it now, haven't I? So we'll get on with it. And, oh, yeah, actually, camera settings. You're probably wondering, it looks probably a little bit different. Well, it is actually, because I have decided to switch up the camera settings a little bit here, because I think I was watching who was a TRL Limitless's video on the different camera settings to make it go faster. Now, whether that does happen or not, I'm not really too sure, but I was going to try out the new camera settings for pretty much this season of league racing anyway. But here we go. We're going to come across the line. We do set our proper lap time this time around. We actually set a 1 minute 20. Where are we? 1 minute 26.885, which put us in P3. And of course, I am qualifying on super soft tyres, but of course, I think it was who was it? Jared, I think, possibly improved at the end there and got himself up to P2. So we do drop back to P4. Warden qualifies on P1 for pole position, I should say. So great job by him with a 1 minute 26.654. My teammate there down at P14. We actually had quite a big full grid there. Big surprise, actually, of this one was Alan Hugo's way down the order in 19th, so he must have had a shocking couple of runs in qualifying. But anyway, we get to the race. Race strategy is obviously telling me to do the two-stop around here, but it's under clear skies as well, as we've lost Always from the session there. I think she's disconnected, actually, so it's a bit of a shame there. But obviously, since the tyre temp upgrade came back in, with that update came back in at, Japan last season, it's certainly thrown a little bit of a curveball, you could say, as well. So I'm going to actually try the one-stop around here as we actually set off for the formation lap around Bahrain.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Thank you, Jeff. So you can probably tell majority of these guys in front and probably behind me are going to be starting on the soft tyres for this race. As RBR nearly loses it coming out of the exit of turn 7 there into turn 8. Not
what he expected. No rain expected for the time being.
It's not really what you want to be doing on the formation lap, if I'm completely honest, RBR. But yeah, like I said, going to try see if we can go as long as we can on the super soft tyres and go straight on to the mediums. So it's going to be interesting. So here we go for my first race of the season, not for everybody else, but here we go. We're all set for round number 2 here of SRL and Bahrain. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Sakir, and it's a pretty decent start. Jared doesn't have the best of starts, actually. RBR had a pretty decent start. It's going to put a bit of pressure here on Water going down to turn 1. Going to take the really outside line here. Trying to avoid any contact, a little bit sideways there. There's yellow flags behind. No surprises, there's always dramas on lap 1, but Jared does get back in front of me here now. Got to just keep ahead of, here comes Wadey up the inside here into turn 4. Going side by side here. Does get a bit more momentum, does Wadey, but really trying my absolute best to try and hang on here. Somehow, only just, but I have to concede the position for Wadey. Think about going up the inside here into turn 8, but no can do here as obviously Laggy's put a little bit of attack. Oh, it's actually been spun there, it's Laggy. Looked like the other McLaren there, I think that's Max Mate, who of course joined us back in Brazil last year. and he's back again for another season. But yeah, not the greatest starts for Laggy, so he's going to be well and truly at the back of the grid. Obviously, always, like I mentioned, didn't return. Fortunately, she had some internet drama, so we're down to 19 runners. But of course, Wadey must have been feeling a little bit of the pressure there because he's obviously covering straight away there. But yeah, we can't continue on obviously towards lap 2 here. Because of what occurred with Laggy behind, it sort of gave me a little bit of breathing room here as we go very, very deep there going into turn 8 there. It was really one of my bogey spots around this track, and probably coming up to turn 10 as well. But obviously with Laggy being spun out there, did give me a little bit of breathing room behind to, I think it was Penske in the Mercedes there. Of course, Penske is a reserve for this season as well. But yeah, what did I say? Mentioned previously, turn 10's not one of my bogey corners around the circuit. But we'll jump a replay on board here with RBR. As you see there, Jared didn't have the greatest of starts at all there, and nearly had a little bit of close contact there with Warden. Of course, Warden is in the Haas for this season, not in the Force India like you will accustomed to. Anyway, so you can see RBR putting a lot of pressure here on Warden. He's going to look up the inside to turn 4. No, plays it safe for now, but still plenty of opportunities here on this opening lap. We can get the jump here on Warden very quickly, going through turn 6 and 7 here. Warden just may hang on for the time being, and I think he will. Has a little look up the inside, but I think Warden will definitely hold on for the time being. Jump back now a bit further down the grid. He's on board with the Gold Power. Obviously, you saw that blank spot was obviously for always, but like I said, she's disconnected. So see what happened here to Gold Power. So he's going around the outside. There's a bit of contact there. It looks like one of the Ferraris. Oh, there's a bit of obviously chaos literally in the first couple of corners there. Gold Power's got front wing damage. I'm not sure which one of the Ferraris it was that got damaged, but not the greatest of starts there. Here we go back and go to Max Mate in the other McLaren. This is, I think he's the one that maybe got caught up with Laggy here. So you can see, obviously Laggy I think was trying to get on the inside of me, but didn't really work. But Max Mate going up the inside of New Zealand Venom. There's a little bit of contact. It looks a bit suspicious. But I think you'll find it was actually decent. But actually paused the game there and goes well and truly off the road there. Probably not the ideal spot to I think maybe clip anyway. So, but anyway, we'll continue on. But go all the way back to fence. It started dead last. Oh, it nearly got squeezed there off the start line from Death Pro in the Toro Rosso. Nearly squeezed him up from the wall there. Nearly a Michael Schumacher Rubens Barrichello moment, Hungary. Oh, no. So I think it's, who is it? I think it's Derek Kidd actually in the Ferrari. So that might explain who that Ferrari was. Oh, big moment there for Derek Kidd. You don't want to be on the curb, trust me, in the exit of turn 7 especially. Oh, jeez. You can understand that was a bit too close to call. There's still a bit of barge going on in the back. Here, it was Top Banter, I think, trying to get past Master Berserk. Obviously gave him a little bit of a shove at the rear end there. But, Top Banter, actually wide there, and the fence says, thank you very much, I'll take that position. But it's always a bit of a barge on lap 1 around this circuit anyway. But see what we can work out here from Penske on his replay. So he's obviously going around the outside here, going down to turn 1. What occurs here? There might be a little bit of contact. I don't know whether there was a bit of a squeezing going on there. Not sure exactly who the car on the inside was, but Penske pretty much said thank you very much, we'll take those positions. So obviously here comes Top Banter, look out the inside there. Obviously Penske goes in very deep just to make sure he hangs on to into the corner, and he just manages to do so. Now they obviously chase after Master Berserk, who I think he's also a reserve for this season. But you can see up the inside there goes Max Mate, and obviously I think it's more of a desync incident this one. So you see Penske just trying to make his way through here. Oh, that was a bit of a ghosting moment there. So I don't think he was really playing Penske there. But he's up the inside of New Zealand Venom, and he might get this move done. I think he has. I don't know what on earth's happened to Venom there, but he's trying to hold off Master Berserk getting back up the inside. But I think he does. So incredible start for Penske, where he started. I can't exactly remember where he started, but get up into P6. Not a bad start. Oh, Jared has a little bit of a look up the inside there. Replay again with RBR.
Second of the car ahead.
no can do there on lap 2. But lap 3 might have a look again. He does. There's probably a little bit of contact there between he and RBR, but just sort of RBR sort of dropping away a little bit here from Warden, who looks like he's got a pretty decent pace on these soft tyres here. Jared set it up the inside. He has a little look there. Puts the nose up there. That red proximity arrow looks like it's real anyway. So now through this tricky section here, 6 and 7, don't want to run out too wide here, like I said, on those curbs. Jared going to set up the inside. He goes very deep. There's RBR. There's a bit of contact there between these two. And actually RBR is actually going to let him go here. So yeah, that's interesting one there. Whether that was planned or not, I'm not really too sure. But anyway, we'll jump back aboard to our point of view here. So yeah, pretty much we're on our own here. Obviously, you see your head weight. He's started to pull away from me here. So obviously,
check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Because obviously we're getting a new strategy option already on lap 4 of all laps. Really, so obviously Jeff has no confidence on these super soft tyres, and you probably understand why, because I'm literally sort of to drop away here as Fence is now out of the Grand Prix. Looks like he's retired into the pit lane.
Window. You'll be on the mediums.
So, like I said, I really want to try and stretch out these super soft tyres as long as I can.
This set of tyres is pretty much spent, I think. You should be able to bring a bit more out, but it won't be long before they fall away from you entirely.
I was trying to get these super soft tyres to probably lap 7 or lap 8 at best, and then get onto the medium tyres and it just plays on to the end. But here we go, onto lap 7.
We're boxing this lap.
You see Penske's really starting to put us under a bit of pressure here. He's really gained a lot here, so those soft tyres are really starting to work now. My super's obviously dying. At this stage, we leave each other room here going into turn 1. So we're going side by side here, coming out of turn 3. I think Penske gets the move done, but I'm not quite done with him yet, so he might have to look up the inside of the turn 4. I had to brake really early there just to make the corner. But obviously Penske goes in a lot deeper there, and I think now he gets the position now. So now I was trying my absolute best to maybe try and get back past him as quick as I could, or maybe even hang on to him as best I can. But considering the tyres at this stage of the race, I thought probably it might be time.
This lap, keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't. Understood, stopping this lap.
Yeah, you can see now, once I saw the rear tyres, I thought, nah, I've just got to come in here and get off them as quick as I can and get onto these mediums. Right, pretty much, like I said, as quick as I can. So anyway, we're going into the pit lane, but we just go slightly over the speed limit there, which, yeah, I was pretty furious about that I did that. Obviously, I was trying my absolute best to get to the pit lane line as quick as I could, but obviously just went a little bit too much over, so that's going to hang over my head for later in the race. But
release.
Nice stop from the Sauber boys. We go on to the medium tyres. Probably the bonus here is that looks like we're going to come out into the fresh air here.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Even though technically it did say a bit of a two-stop, as I mentioned before, I am going to continue to try for this one stop here. You see the gap behind to Gold Powers, the next car. It's quite a big one, so that was probably another bonus. Probably allowed me to have a bit of fresh air and see what I can do lap time wise. But that's Calbo off the road there between at turn 7 and 8. So I dare say
let's turn up the ERS
probably have
some of this
that extra curve may have had something to do with it. I'm not really too sure. But on to lap 9 we go. It was a really big mistake from me. Big lock up coming into turn 10. But like I said, it's one of my bogey corners there, so I was just really trying to push on as quick as I could, because I knew it wouldn't be too long before the other guys would be coming in, especially these guys ahead of me. So there's probably these guys are going to be battling later on. But here we go, Penske and Masters are going side by side here. Obviously, Penske has to take the corner cut there. And here comes Alan Hugo, who's done a pretty good recovery job here at the moment. Surprised he got away with avoiding all the chaos at what happened on lap 1. So he's done an amazing job there to get back up into the P7 and hopefully continue between he and Jared, obviously continue this Force India podium streak, which has been obviously going on since day dot. Obviously with Ryan obviously taking a well-earned breather for league racing wise, and obviously Warden, I think he was probably going to take a break, or he was going to uninstall the game anyway, but it's mainly down to these two now to continue that podium streak. But obviously Alan Hugo got by Penske, and now you see probably a bit in the foreground there that Alan Hugo, I think, now got past Mars Berserk now, so he's up into P5. Not a bad recovery, considering where he started in, well, P19, you could say. Earlier in this race, probably was P18 after always disconnected. But anyway, on the lap 12 with RBR, you can see the top two have actually come in with both Warden and Jared, but to RBR, oh, that's not the ideal way to get on that curb. If anything, avoid that curb going into turn 12 there, but obviously he pushed on for an extra lap here to maybe try and get a bit of an overcut here, and probably his rears are dying at this point, so let's see what happens here. So onto the medium tyres.
Exit now.
And what probably doesn't help there, I think, is his teammates actually coming to the pit lane, so not ideal. Might hurt Max Mate a little bit there, but must be a little glitch there with the pit lane exit. But anyway, you can see that's obviously both the leaders have already gone by. Conrad and Prez are a little bit out of sync, I think. I think Conrad is still yet to pit. I think Prez may have come in on lap 1 and may have got caught up in that damage as well. Obviously, like I mentioned, Derek Kidd was the other for the Ferrari that got mainly caught up. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Prez actually got caught up as well. I think you saw the New Zealand Venoms now out of the Grand Prix. And obviously, Laggy had come into the pit stop. But this was the critical one because this is probably the time where I had to push at this stage because Penske's now come in and pretty much everybody, nice ghosting system there. Somehow Master Berserk comes out ahead for some unknown reason. But anyway, so obviously it's going to be interesting where I pop out in this group because I think the guy I probably will be finding a lot is Wadey, because here he comes, I think, out of the pit lane. He comes out on Hugo, so got past him. But obviously there is going to be a lot of difference with the tyre wear, especially considering I've been on these tyres for, what has it been?
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, even though that was a pass coming out of the pit lane. But anyway, yeah, I've been on these tyres obviously now, 6 odd laps, and these guys obviously have just come in and put on the medium tyres. So, I mean, they're probably not ideal for my situation here, but I was just keen to try and get back out the inside here as we have a look up here to turn 8. We do get the move done, but we lose the back end coming out of the exit there, and Wadey does get us back here, but this was probably the time I had to pounce here while he was on cold tyres. Once you get through a majority of the lap, I think you can get away with it here, but not quite done here. We've got the DRS and overtake ERS. We're going to send it up the inside here into turn 11. Squeeze him out a little bit here, and they now get up into P6. But how long we can keep waiting behind us? Well, it's only we'll wait and see, as there's more yellow flags behind for some unknown reason. We'll probably see that in a second. But here's obviously Penske and Berserk coming out of the pit lane here, as obviously takes the more outside line there to Penske. And obviously these guys are battling away in the race, so interesting battle coming out of the pit lane, of course. But thankfully these guys, I think, have come out in pressure as well. So Penske going right round the outside, so he's trying to make these mediums work already coming out of the pits, only after a couple of corners there. But this is back a little bit further on, so this is Laggy. Oh, sorry, this is a bit further on, I think. So Laggy now getting back on Max Mate here, obviously after what occurred on lap 1. So now he's finally got back through here. It's come through turn 9 there, and some unknown reason Max Mate just disappears randomly. You'll see why in a second here as we go through turn 10 right about now. Yeah, that's certainly interesting there. Nice glitchy game as always from the Codemasters for the league racing as always. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on with that one. As Conrad, my teammate's now in the pit lanes, and here comes RBR, obviously getting by Prez. I think probably will have to make another pit stop, I would think. So, like I said, he possibly came in on lap 1, I'm not sure, but you probably have to make another pit stop anyway. But like I said, like I mentioned before, Conrad has come into the pit lane, so we're going to an extra spot here. But I knew Wadey would be catching me within an instant here, so obviously I'll try to break the slipstream here, going down to the turn 1 here. But you can see Wadey sands it up the inside here in the turn 1. There is a slight bit of contact there, but fair play, does make the move stick. So well done, Wadey there. So I was trying to make a bit of a cut, trying to get him back here as quick as I could, but to be honest, I just don't really have the pace by the looks of it. he's got his medium tyres warmed up, and he's going to start to pull away here, I think. So next up for me behind, obviously, is Alan Hugo. Obviously, he's still on his recovery mission here. As have a little bit of a think up there at turn 8, but I think we're just relatively a bit too far behind, and you see later on in the lap as Warden keeps setting faster laps, so he's definitely got the pace around Bahrain. You see now he's starting to pull away here. We do manage to hang on to his get DRS, I should say, so it's not quite done yet, but I mean, Alan Hugo is going to probably get past me as quickly as possible here as he has a look up the inside here. Doesn't quite fully send it like Wadey does, but we just managed to hang on for the time being. And obviously, this was, you could say it was a little bit critical because of my position, and especially with the tyre wear. So just running a little bit wide there coming out of turn 4 there. Well, he's going to have a look there on the inside bit, and no, he's sort of playing the patient game at this stage, but come down towards turn 8 here, and obviously a big lock up there going into turn 8, which doesn't really help. But still somehow we managed to hang on for the time being. But this has not really helped in my cause, locking up going into turn 10 again. So now you can see how I feel like I'm under attack here from Alan Hugo, so I'm just trying everything I can, pretty much like I did to Wadey, just trying everything I can to just break the slipstream. Any straight I could, I was just trying to break the slipstream here as we come through the long right-hander here at turn 12. And obviously I was using a lot of lean mixture as we get another tracking team there, but here he comes up the inside here. Maybe get the move done, but no, we just managed to hang on. So got some fairly decent speed in this car, so I think the setup-wise felt probably a lot better than, well, especially last season. Especially, even though it felt like the setup last season was okay. I think I definitely found some improvements from last season, but you can see I'm covering well and truly down the inside line here going into turn 1. Is going to make him go the long way into turn 1, but just couldn't quite make him work out. So now we have to concede the spot here, and that moves Alan Hugo up into P6. So to be fair, it was a fair battle all around there. So nice job from myself and Alan Hugo there. Obviously, we have had a little bit of history in the past. We'll go all the way back to Germany last season. But you should probably tell that the tyre wear wasn't too bad. But we'll jump back again to these two battling away here as Berserk again covers the inside line going into turn 1. But Penske, he always puts up a bit of a fight, does Penske. You can see Berserk straight away covering the inside line, so he knows he's under a bit of attack here. And then the turn 4, Penske breaks very deep there. Obviously, I think Berserk is still getting used to the wheel now. I think he may have got a bit more grips, get a bit more grip of the wheel.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.7.
Now obviously that doesn't bode well for me, as you can see how Alan Hugo's actually set the pace. So it's actually the fast lap of the race, and Perez has actually come in. So like I said, I thought he would be coming into the pit lane. But you can see ahead, I was hoping these two would be battling away here. There was a little bit of contact there, which probably will help me out a little bit here. But I can just hang on really and just try my absolute best to catch up to these guys. I think it's probably all in vain really, because I think Alan's now got by Wadey, so that puts him into P4. Pretty incredible left update now on Wadey.
Gap to car in front is 1.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:31.5. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
So that is interesting.
Our gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.3.
So just getting out updates from ahead and behind. Wadey's got 1 time penalty. Mars Berserk has 0. So you probably see now, you can see Wadey's definitely pulled away now. So I think it's, like I said, it's all in vain maybe to get a bit higher up the grid now. So basically it's just a battle trying to get some decent points in this race. But on to lap 19, you probably would have seen that the gap was about, I think, about 1.6 seconds. We jump aboard, well, we'll skip a couple of laps ahead here.
Okay, we think the effects of the tyre deg are going to kick in soon. You should be alright for the time being, but you will start to find it a bit more slippery out there. The gap to the leader is 23.4 seconds.
You see how I was really starting to push here. I was trying to really burn up my fuel here, and obviously the gap behind did get down to about 1.1 seconds, but at the end of the start of lap 22, I should say, got it out to about 2 seconds, I think it was, behind Mars Berserk, so definitely helped out. So we'll jump back a bit further behind between Death Bro and it looks like Derek Kidd behind in the Ferrari, so we're going to go side by side here, going up the hill into turn 12. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there, and I think you'll find Derek Kidd's actually been spun out, so yeah, that may have been what happened there. Whether that's desync or not, I'm not really sure there. But see, it's on board with RBR. I think he gets caught up on the curb there, does RBR, so that really loses him a bit of time there, unfortunately, for him. So as again, very deep into turn 10 there. But Whitey's not far away up the road here a little bit, but obviously it's probably going to be a bit of a long shot now. As now Derek Kidd, I think, has now pulled the pin and retired in pit lane, so a bit of a shame for Derek, unfortunately. But anyway, it is racing, unfortunately. So now back we go here. This is still on lap 22. This is the battle for 11th and 12th between my teammate and Max Mate, who sends it up the inside there into turn 8. Very nice move there from Max Mate. Now, obviously, next up for him will be Prez for the points here. Comes down in the turn. Oh, big moment there. Maybe a little bit of contact there between Conrad and Max Mate. Not sure exactly what happened there, but I think Max Mate may have gotten a legal overtake on my teammate, so obviously had to lead him back through here. But this is definitely a hectic battle for 11th and 12th, like I said. It's probably helping Prez out a little bit because he's starting to pull away here. But you'll see here as we come down. Yeah, that one might be a bit of a desync incident, I feel, even though it does give the warning there.
Gap to car in front is 3.4 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 10 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:31.7. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
I think that was the gap to Wadey. I'm not really sure there. I may have just missed that one. But anyway, you see now as we come on to lap 24, this point I was sort of mainly trying to conserve tyres as best I can going into the last few laps of the race, because I knew it was going to be a bit of a battle later on towards the race. We're going to update on Berserk.
The gap behind us is 1.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:31.9.
So obviously still doesn't bode well for me. Well, obviously at this point I probably forgot about the 5-second stop-go penalty. Can't remember exactly whether I got corner cutting penalties or not. May have got one, but anyway, now what are we on, lap 26 or 27? You can see we're under a bit of attack here from Mars Berserk, making him go the long way around here. I think he breaks himself there, does a Berserk, but obviously this is going to be a hectic battle now for 6th down to 8th. Sorry, it's about lap 25, I should say. My apologies. You can see Penske putting a bit of pressure here on Berserk, but not really doing much there. Apologies about the audio. I accidentally cut that one out, so sorry about that one, Penske. But yeah, you can see now this is going to be the battle now for where we finish up in this race. So now obviously covering, make sure I don't making sure that Mars Berserk does not get the slipstream here, but losing the car now. You can see the tyres are really starting to struggle here. So I mean, had no choice really when to go to the inside line here, going down into turn 4, and obviously Penske's got a perfect view of this one as we got his point of view on the top right of the screen there. Literally going side by side here, going into turn 6. We've got the inside line here, but there's a little bit of contact between myself and Berserk. We give each other plenty of room here, but send it straight back up the inside here, and try a little bit of a crisscross here. No, not quite, as Penske gets a little bit sideways there, I think, on the looks of things. Going down to turn 10. Was not the ideal line. Somehow I managed to just make it through the corner there. I don't know exactly how I did it, but skill, really. But again, just covering the inside line here, just trying to make Berserk go the long way around here. He probably did a bit of crisscross here. This is literally all or nothing here. Have to hang it around the outside here. Go to the inside line, sorry, into turn 12. And into turn 13 here, goes deep as a dare, but Berserk does pretty well, does the crisscross. Ignore what Jeff says, because I'm not going to pit anyway later for this race. So I'm going to stick it out here. It's still going side by side here. We're going to literally go side by side for the rest of the race, but still going side by side here. And obviously Penske's not is in this one as well, so it's literally a three-way fight here. And Penske's being helped out a little bit here by getting the DRS, obviously, off and slipstream of Berserk. Now he's going to try and get two positions in one go here, so he's already got past me. Might have the move done. A little bit of contact between these two, but he does get the move done, so Penske now puts himself in a P6, and obviously that compromises Berserk's run. So we're going to try the long way around here and nearly slam up the rear back end there of Penske.
We're leading our teammate.
But we're still going side by side here myself at Berserk, but I think he's got the inside line now, so now I have to concede position. But yeah, I tell you what, not bad for a first race. Not bad for a comeback race for this season anyway. But yeah, it was literally full on sweat mode, you could say. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I assume that the guys ahead would have enjoyed that as well. But you probably saw the tyre wear. The rears are not looking brilliant, if I'm completely honest here. So I mean, they're not in the critical territory at this stage, in the puncture territory, but they're probably not too far away here. So we have dropped away a little bit here. It's going to lap 28 here. So I think Berserk going to go up the inside here into turn 1. This was pretty much the view I had, I think, nearly for the rest of this race. I was trying to keep with these guys, to see whether any of them would make a mistake along the way. Maybe we could probably gain a couple of more points here, and literally still go side by side here in the turn 4. But of course, I had to manage my own battle with the tyres. But you see Penske, I think, just managing to hang on through turn 7. Obviously had the proper racing line there. And now we've got a bit of an extra car here behind. That's Top Banter. Ignore him. He's out of sequence. He's a lap down. Berserk had a look up the inside of the turn 10. I think Top Banter's actually on the quicker tyre at the moment, so hence why he's caught up to us at a quick amount of speed here.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Continue on lap 28. And you can probably see that the tyre wear, it has reached critical points. So I think now this is pretty much just going to be a cruise at this point in time. I mean, sure, if I get a bit lucky with the guys ahead, if they get tangled up with each other.
Final lap of the race.
If they get tangled up with each other, then anything's possible, really. But yeah, the goal here is just pretty much just bring the car home and hopefully don't get a puncture, because the gap behind to Laggy is quite a big gap, and I'm not exactly sure how big a gap it was. But Berserk actually got by Penske again. But Penske will probably try to do a bit of a crisscross here. Yes, he does. Very nice move there from Penske. Berserk does pretty well to hang on around the outside there and just hangs on for position 6. As you probably see on my screen, I am in complete cruise mode here. Just making sure I don't get any punctures, because I've never actually had any punctures here. As Penske is a nice bit of a crisscross there. There's a little bit of contact between here and Berserk, but they're still battling away here on the final lap here. And you can tell I was a lot worried at this point in time, just making sure that I would get home here without a puncture, and probably ruining what would have been a good result here. He's still going side by side up the hill in the right-hander, but Berserk just gets back ahead for the time being. It's literally going to be a battle to the line for these two. Now I've sort of backed away a little bit, so it's pretty much all or nothing for the guys ahead. You see on board with the Penske's point of view. Penske trying to go right around the outside here. It's literally going to be a duel to the finish line. Who's going to finish out at top between these two? I think it's Penske. Just crosses the line ahead of Master Berserk. But yeah, wow, that was a full hectic battle there. But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed that battle, because that was a lot of fun, I must say. As Laggy does pretty well to crash coming across the finish line. So does, well, Max Mate just pretty much slams into the back of Laggy there. As here comes both the Toro Rosso boys trying to do a bit of a formation finish across the line. I think Top Banter actually went onto the wet tyres in the end. Don't ask me why. But anyway, in front there, DRC Jarrett actually won the race, as you can tell. So Force India do continue their podium streak. As Warden comes home, obviously, in P2, and obviously RBR rounding out the podium. So a very nice job there from those guys all around. As we do, we'll see the final race results in a second. So there you go. So like I said, Jared, Warden, and RBR 1, 2, and 3. Alan Hugo, great effort. Like I said, coming from 19th on the grid to P4, great job all around. Wadey, a decent job as well in P5. Not sure exactly whether that's his best position ever in SRL, but it would be up there. As you can see, Pansky in 6th, Mars Berserk 7th. Those guys obviously come back from the rear of the grid. We finish up P8 ahead of Laggy in P9, and Max Mate does finish up with the final points of the race. Conrad just missing out in the end with getting in the points. As a bit further down, Prez, Gold Power, Death Row, Calbo, Top Banter, Derek Kidd, New Zealand Venom, and Fens, I think, rounding out the 19-car field. Just checking out my race times there. But there's the championship standings. So DRC Jarrett does take the championship lead over Warden. I don't actually have the points, as you can probably tell, because this was pretty much the shot I took off the Twitter DM that we have. So gonna have to put up with it anyway. So Alan Hugo, obviously P3. RBR puts himself up to P4. We are currently, we'll go through actually the full field actually. We've got Wadey in there, 5th, Top Banter, 6th, Gold Power, Max Mate, Derek Kidd. We jump up, obviously, into the top 10 with that 8th position finish. Laggy in P11, then you got New Zealand Venom, Conrad Strait in my teammate in 13th, Prez, Death Bro, Calbo, and of course Benny, who hasn't shown up for the first 2 races. I think he had valid reasons for that one, but yeah, don't have the constructors ones standings at this stage, but hopefully maybe in the next few rounds I probably will have that one. But yeah, hopefully enjoyed what was my first round actually for the season 4, but obviously second round overall. But if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more SRL content on SRL APAC content on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description. Plus, you can go check out the links for the SRL website, their YouTube channel, and their Twitch channel. I don't know if I'll put their Twitter page in there as well, but you can probably check them out at Supreme Racing League, as I mentioned. But yeah, until the next round, which will be the Spanish Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.